Test, test, test. What's going on, yo? What's going on? Let me know how we sounding. What's going on, yo? We're gonna break some stuff down in a second, y'all. You already know the drill. Make sure to go ahead and like the live as y'all hop up in here. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I had a crazy day on the markets yesterday. We're about to break all that stuff down in a second. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. When we can need charge, drop them in the chat. Run session did just pop off. So let's go ahead and go over the news really quick. So looking at today, as far as news, right, we got GBP news popping off right now as we speak. And then this is right under 5:30, so this is probably gonna pop off around 6:37 a.m. We have another GBP news event. That's pretty much it for today, y'all. So again, we're gonna let the GBP news play out. Let's see what these other charts are talking about. Oh, okay. I was like, oh no, don't crash on me. Yeah, so we got a few setups we're gonna be looking at right here. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. If you haven't checked it out yet, make sure to check it out. Yeah, but we got a few setups like this we're looking at. You're still struggling. All right, cool. So if y'all was in the live yesterday, right? If y'all was in the live yesterday, y'all recall when we was looking for this NAS100 buy setup, right? And remember what we talked about? Why we always wait for the retest confirmation. Imagine if we would have pulled the trigger. You need to see this was 3 a.m. yesterday. Imagine if we would have pulled the trigger here. We would have took an unnecessary loss just for price to shoot and go in our direction. This is one of those things that easy for the liquidity to get caught up in, right? So if y'all was in the TikTok live yesterday, we broke down a lot of stuff. I may or may not go live today. I'll let y'all know. I do plan to go like at least live like 3 times a week on TikTok as well. But we got a new 5 minutes just popping in. We got GB news coming out right now, so we're just gonna wait for this 15 ends. Then we'll see how the price plays out on these levels, and they continue and go from there. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Got a couple into the next 5 minute pops out again. We got GBP news popping off right now. We're gonna let the GBP news play out, and then we're gonna see what this next 15 and the next 30 minutes looks like. We got a few setups we're looking at. We're gonna be looking at possible GN subs, right? Just like last week before price reversed back up. We was going for sells on the initial reversal. Then the bullish momentum came back into play. But again, this is why we talked about this yesterday as well. Again, I do not support or advocate for breakout trading. I'm anti-breakout trading, and this is another example of why. Because again, imagine people would have went for a buy here or went for a buy here on Monday. You would have took an unnecessary loss. Then you'd be scratching your head confused why price just shot to the downside after so many times trying to push to the upside, right? We even saw this happen last week. So if we can hold 24.40 as resistance, we're going to be looking for sells again like we were a couple weeks ago. And we're going to be looking for sales going down to 23.95. All right, y'all. So that's what we're going to be looking at as far as GN is concerned. We're going to be looking for continued GJ buys, just like how we was talking about yesterday. Again, GJ ended up doing the move right here. It just didn't do it yesterday. It did it last night during Tokyo session. It was a news like on the way for the retest confirmation because again, if we took these setups, that way for this confirmation we always talk about, but it's an unnecessary loss right here. So right now we're going to be looking to see if it's going to hold 194.65 as support. If it can, we're going to be looking for buys going up to 195.30. That's what we're going to do. Let me change the color. That was from the live yesterday. New 5 minutes just popped up. And of course, we caught this beautiful NAS buy with the vendors and students yesterday. But we're looking for continued buys. The trade's still active, but I got wicked out of this position. So I'm not in this no more. We're looking for another entry if price can hold 23.20. I mean, 23.30 as support. We're looking for continued buys going to 24 side. those just joining the stream, we have not entered this trade yet. This is the trade idea. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal for Telegram. You see on your screens how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. All right, if you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. I'm looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. We're just chilling patiently. We're about to see what this next 15 looks like. Again, we're just letting the GPUs play out. There is one more GP news event. It's probably going to pop off between 6:30 7 a.m. So make sure to keep it on as well. But yeah, we got a couple things we're looking at right now, but you already know which one for volume to pick up and the confirmations to be met. All right, new 15 just popped up, so the GP news finished up. So we're going to be waiting for the GP pairs to see what they're going to do, but we're also going to be looking for team values on NAS. Also, if you was on a live stream yesterday, gold was projected as well. You can see the nice drop at 345 right before we ended the live. My bad. Okay, sidetrack. Again, a beautiful bounce to the upside. Nice 1 to 2 short ratio setup there. So again, right now we're kind of in the middle of no man's land. So we're going to wait for one or two things to happen: either price to retrace and retest 3012, or break above and hold 3034 as support. A little bit of work to do. You guys got any questions, drop in the chat. I'm looking at your charts, drop in the chat. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, y'all. Y'all see it at the bottom of the screen. Instagram, playmaker_Wade. TikTok, _playmaker_Wade_. We're looking at GJ right now. So we're looking at GJ, and we're not looking for sales. So I know what you're talking about because that's a popular strategy that's going on right now, but that's not how you want to go about trading, right? Because again, when we look at price right here, we're in an uptrend, right? So you shouldn't be looking for sales, even if price does retrace back to where it started at Sunday. That's not how you really want to go about trading. You want to go with the flow of price, right? Because when you go with the flow of price, you have a higher likelihood of the trade going in your favor. And a perfect example of, I wish I saved the video. I literally saw a video posted yesterday or today on NAS100, right? And we had a gap from the Sunday morning or Sunday opening, right? And the dude posted a video talking about, oh yeah, NAS is going to tank because it's going to have to fill that gap up, right? So imagine all those people that had that same idea or mindset or listened to that dude that posted that video and didn't delete it after 2 days of NAS continuing to push up. But you know, that's neither here nor there, right? So that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to try to guess or beat price to it. You want to follow price because again, we do not control the markets. So there's no point in us trying to compete against the markets. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not looking for sells on GJ at the moment. I'm looking for strictly only buys. And on top of it, why I'm only looking for buys is if you watch the Sunday, I just dropped a video breaking it down yesterday as well. So make sure to check that out. I'm about to drop that in the chat right now, matter of fact. But yeah, I broke this down in the video I dropped yesterday. So I'm gonna just drop that in the chat. Cool. Yeah, but you want to go with the flow of price. You don't want to try to chase price, right? Because another example was again NAS100 yesterday. If y'all was in the London session live yesterday, remember it was looking for buy setups, right? But it was right here when we was live, right? This was 3 a.m. Remember what we was saying? It was like we was gonna wait for the retest. We waited for the retest. We saw price fail to hold the level at support. But again, price shot to the downside. How many people do you think went for sales here just because price rejected this level? I bet you a bunch of people went for sales, right? And they started scratching their head confused why price pushed to the upside. And they're thinking, oh, liquidity sweep, fake out, whatever. But in reality, we're in a right now, so it makes sense why prices continue the bullish momentum. So this is why I stress so much to follow the flow of price. There's too many videos and strategies out there that are trying to teach you and train y'all to chase price, which is exactly why when y'all chase price, y'all end up 5 trades in one day. Next thing you know, you're 2 trades away from blowing your account. You're trying to figure out how you just filled your account up last week. It's all about your phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm sounding a little choppy. Wi-Fi is kind of messing up right now, but let me see what I can do something with that. So I'm not sure I understand what I'm talking about. Let's see if this fixes it a little bit. I'm telling you, bro. The Wi-Fi here, I just got to figure it out until I relocate. But their Wi-Fi, I gotta call their asses. I'm paying too much for this shit not to work. All right, so let me see if the mic sounds a little bit. Test. Let me know how we sound. And also, don't be like talking loud. So if I gotta talk louder, I'll do that also. But yeah, so just to reiterate, I'm not looking for sales on GJ anytime soon. On top of that, again, we look at price this week, Monday, Sunday night, Monday, retest, boom, right? Monday night going into Tuesday, another nice push, retracement, and then last night, another push to the upside, right? So we could just look at since the week started, the moves up have been way more frequent and bigger than the moves down, right? So again, it's just all about just, just thinking about, just logically thinking. It's just all about going for high probability, high quality sales, right? Because my mindset is if I'm putting my heart on the line, I want everything going in my favor. I damn near want to do 100% chance that if I take a trade, it's going to go in my favor. How do we achieve that, right? Like, how we only lost one trade this month in the signal? How do we lose 0 trades last month in the signal? It's by following these rules. We're not chasing everything. We're picking with our setups, and we go for high probability, higher quality setups. So again, it might take a little less trade, especially when these choppy market conditions. But again, the goal isn't to trade every day. The goal is to make sure the trades you take, you make money on, and the goal is to have a positive win rate on the weekly, monthly basis, right? So, and I made a bunch of videos on Instagram and TikTok talking about that as well, right? You want to come to trading with a business employer mindset, not with an employee mindset. I do not like how I sound, but we're just gonna have to cut it out. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. When can you charge? Drop in the chat. New 15 just popped up. I think we got a couple setups we're looking at, y'all. We're going to be looking at continued GBPJPYs, possible GN sales, and we're also looking at continued NAS100 buys. If y'all was in the live stream yesterday, we broke this setup down. Y'all could have entered this. I'm not with this because it happened a couple hours after the live stream, but like always go over the exact setup I'm looking for. So if y'all paid attention to the chart, y'all could have jumped on this as well. Give me 1 second. I'm about to redo something. That sounds completely trash, right? Test, test, test. Let me see if that sounds better. Let me see if that sounds better. Okay, we sound a little better. I'm about to see though. So then we don't just want to see price touch this or break it. We want to see if it can hold it as resistance. Again, another reason why that is just look what happened last time price touched this low but didn't break it, hold as resistance, reject and push to the upside, right? So again, you never want to be in a rush to take a setup. You always want to stick to your rules and the game plan, and the market will reward you for patience. Our GN just alerted us. So let's see if we can hold this low. Now, it's also did a big move already. And I say this all the time, right? So I say this all the time, right? So we're on the daily time frame right now. So when we look on the daily time frame, hold that thought. Right. So you'll hear me say this every now and then, right? So we look at the daily time frame. Let's look at these candlesticks, right? So let's just look at price right now. We're about to mark price off. Boom. We're about to grab this. Right. So this is how Thursday last week ended. So this is besides the wick, this is the move price did for the entire day on Thursday. Whoops, let me grab the right thing. There we go. Look at this day. This is the full move it did for the entire day, right? It's almost done this full move for the entire day here, right? It's done a bigger move than this day, a bigger move than this day, right? Almost the same move as this, and we're just into London session. So the reason why I say this is, so when you see price already done a big move, especially when it just did a big move Tokyo session only, and we still have the entirety of London session and New York session ahead of us, do not be too shocked or surprised if price ends up consolidating and retracing and then repeating the move it just did, or if it does do that, we're going to get an abnormally large candlestick for the day. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with GN because again, we just had GBP news pop off, which has caused all these retracements when the GBP. But we also have later on today around like 6 or 7 a.m. GPUs as well. All right, so make sure to keep that in mind. But yeah, so we gotta see how this next 5 minutes goes. But yeah, we got everything retracing right now. Let's see if the NAS can break above this level. So let's go ahead and unbold this, so we can really pay attention to how prices react to this level right here. You can see how prices rejecting this level, rejecting. And again, this is another example of why you don't want to just enter a trade just because price touches your level. You still want to wait for that confirmation to see if it's ready to hold that level. If all we did was wait an extra 10, 15 minutes, we could have avoided an unnecessary loss, right? That's if someone took a buy up here, right? Same thing happened yesterday. We had patience, we avoided unnecessary loss just for price to do the move we was looking for. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. When we can need charts, drop them in the chat. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join a free signal, free Telegram, y'all. Again, we've been absolutely crazy this month. We went 2-0 yesterday. We took a trade during Tokyo session. We took a trade pre-New York going into New York session. We took this GJ setup here. TP3 got hit. We got 26 pips. Then we took this NAS100 setup. We for 1-to-3 ratio, meaning whatever we risk, we made 3 times that amount. Right, so we risked $100, I would have made $300. If we would have risked $1,000, we would have made $3,000 off the one trade alone. So, and we didn't take a trade Monday morning or Monday session or New York session, simply because we had a bunch of news Monday, so the markets were trash. If y'all don't remember, we had a bunch of news Monday, literally all day. So the markets were pretty trash unless you took a setup Sunday night into London session. Yeah, so prices blowing through this. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about that. Still gonna stick to my rules. Because again, the goal, which is my goal, and should be everybody's goal, is to not catch every pip in the market. The goal is to be for high probability, high quality setups. Right. So like we talked about in the Sunday chart analysis, by the way, make sure to watch the Sunday chart Telegram if you haven't already. I always talk about the Sunday chart analysis. It doesn't just go over what I see price doing Sunday night going into Monday, but it goes over what I see price doing throughout the entire week. And if you go watch that, if you don't believe me, watch it right now. What you was doing, we talked about in the Sunday chart analysis, right? Which is also why I wasn't really looking for setups yesterday on GU, unless my alert went off and my confirmations were met. But so I'm going to write that down right now. All right, cool. All right. So I also talked about this in the playbook that's dropping on Friday. Also, those in yesterday's live. If you're not following Instagram and TikTok, make sure you're following Instagram and TikTok. I've been posting about it on there, showing y'all what y'all got in store, what I got in store for y'all. I go over all these rules right here. This is a simple rule as well. I gotta figure out. I said I was going to yesterday, but I didn't really figure it out. Like I know I can I can. There's a couple there. I can just make them photos because the way it's set up is an ebook, so I can download separate photos of the page and pull it up. But I gotta clear my storage. I got too much shit on my computer. I gotta clear that. So be tuned for that. Especially next week we're gonna be popping those out all the time, right? But again, price failed to hold this level as support, which is why again I have this buy ID here, which is also why I have this alert right here, because again I'm only going to go for buys in a higher probability setup, where if I was to go for buys, I would have a high probability and high likelihood of the trade going in my favor, which would have been right here if price would have respected that support. Because if we just do a simple replay on this mess right here, this would have been the perfect place to go for a buy, because again we see out. What do we see? We see momentum. You see a high, low. So this one's been the best spot for another buy setup, just like it was catching buys at the same exact setup early that week, right? But again, following the rules of price, also we talked about this all last week. during the one session live, especially with the members being live reviews. Talking about this level of traffic to the left and how that's why there was so much all these wicks here. That's why price been really slow on all these charts because of these levels of traffic to the left, right? And I talk about it's not in the book. I'm not let you. It's not in the book. I need to go that deep into it. I don't want to confuse people. Again, this is why we talk about all the stuff we talk about and why it's so important to learn and understand to read the charts. Because when you understand how to read the charts, all the stuff that's taking place, you'll be able to explain and be able to explain everything that's taking place. That means you should be able to understand everything that's taking place. And you can understand everything that's taking place, then trading is super easy and not stressful, right? Unless you just make life hard for yourself, which is breaking the rule, leveraging, rushing setups, all that good stuff. But again, when there's a level of traffic, here's no free game for you. When there's a level of traffic, it's going to volume to break through that level, like with GJ, for example, right? With GJ, we have this level of traffic right here, which is why price rejected that level last week. But again, what were people thinking when markets opened on Sunday? Probably sell because of what? Because 3 days of what people like to call bearish candlestick, which again, red doesn't mean sell all the time, green doesn't mean buy all the time, right? That in the book as well. But again, most people, everybody in the market was probably thinking sell. So then, when I come to tell y'all we're looking for buys, even when price came to this level here, I guarantee people were still looking for sales, and then they're scratching their heads wondering why price exploded to the upside, right? It's because again, you gotta look at the big picture and follow the flow of price, right? So going back to you, again, you need volume to break through this level of traffic, and I can prove that right here because we see this level of traffic here. Price was stuck here, just like how it's stuck right now for a few months. Let's look at it. This is October 17th all the way to November 8th, right? This mess started beginning of March 6th, and it's out to the end of March 26th, right? So what happened to get price out of this level here? What do we see? Volume came in. Okay, maybe that's just a coincidence. Well, let's look even further to the left. The same exact spot where all this mess is. Look what happened. Price failed to continue the uptrend, caused the reversal to the downtrend. Right? That seems kind of familiar. What happened here? Price pushed up, failed to continue the uptrend, tried again, and we consolidated and struggling. Right? But what happened? How did price break through this level? Oh, what is this? Volume came in to blow through it, right? So again, this is how it works, right? So when we go back to present time, whoops, messing up my old trade ideas and trades. So again, if price can't go up, it's only got one other option, which is to do what? Go down. So that's what's taking place right now. We're seeing a possible downtrend come into play, depending on how we react to these levels. And again, if you want the Sunday chart analysis first in the description, I talked about this taking place possibly as well if we fail to push and hold these levels as support. Again, do I got a crystal ball? Do I got my favorite president on speed dial? No, it's just simply because I understand how to read the charts. So, like I always talk about, price isn't just randomly doing stuff. Like I talked about on TikTok live yesterday. There's no coincidences in the market. There's no rules and script price has to follow and always follows. Right. So the sooner y'all learn those rules in the script, the easier it's going to be to catch these moves and avoid those fake outs and liquidity sweeps. You know what I'm saying? Got a new 15 about to pop up. Make sure to like the live, y'all. If y'all haven't liked the live already, make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. We're almost at 3,200 subscribers. We did hit it, but we have I have what you call some weird supporters where every time I get a new milestone, people subscribe. So we're gonna get back to it though. So make sure to hit that subscribe button if y'all didn't hit that subscribe button already. But nobody else is teaching y'all this the way we're teaching it right here, y'all. If you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. I'm gonna catch up to the chat right now. Again, dropped a new video for y'all yesterday on YouTube, as well as dropped some new posts on Instagram and TikTok yesterday as well. you haven't caught up and watched this yet, make sure to catch up and watch those after this live stream is over. All playlists are up to date. So make sure to check out the playlist as well. Yeah, I told you that's why I sound like I'm underwater right now. This freaking Wi-Fi be a struggle to stream sometimes, y'all. Told you, but after my rent and stuff so up over here, definitely relocating because the area is nice, but I don't really like the city. I'm a country dude. I don't like being in the cities. But one thing the cities have is amazing Wi-Fi internet for the most part. And when you live in the outskirts or the sticks, man, that Wi-Fi be trash, man. Wi-Fi be trash. So price is chilling right here. We're about to see if we can break this level. Again, we zoom in really close. We can see how price is literally, again, how price reacts and taps to this level. I've been moving this. This is literally the same spot it was at in yesterday's live stream. Nothing has changed at all. You can also see how price reacted here. What's this? This is exactly what I was talking about before, right? If price can't break a level, it needs volume to break through that level, right? We had volume kick in to break through that level, but when it did the retest, it failed to hold that support. So now we're just waiting for volume to pick up to see if we can break and hold 2330 as support. Look for continued buys going to 2470, or we're going to look for retracement and see if price can still maintain hold 2175 as support. All right, that's what we're looking at right here. Also looking to see if we can hold this level as resistance. So again, GN is doing a retest for us. If it can hold 2435 as resistance, we can look for sales going to 2395. All right, that's what we're looking at right here. Let's take another look at GJ. Let's see if GJ is going to respect this level as support. Right. So again, this is why we wait for those retest confirmations. Imagine if, again, because it's still a thing where people say not to. I literally just saw a post earlier. People told don't trade Tokyo session, Asian session. So imagine if everybody was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to do not trade Asian session, or people that just don't trade Asian session. Imagine they come on during London session, they say, damn, I just missed this big move, but GJ's up here right now, so I'm gonna take a buy setup. Again, why we don't trade or take a trade when news is popping off. Because again, we had news at 3 a.m. Look what happened at 3 a.m. Right, we just had a big push. Price failed to hold a lower support. So again, everybody comes on the charts during London session. They try to go for buy because they just saw price shoot to the upside. Price resistance to the downside, and people are going to be confused, like, what just happened? Why did price just do that? Now you understand why price just did that, right? So we got to see if we can maintain and hold this level as support right here. Let's see if we can hold this right here. Again, we still got some work to do, right? Because last time we hit this level, we rejected and reversed. We also been struggling for the past couple weeks to break this resistance. We'll treat it as support, which is what's needed for the uptrend to continue. It's gonna be very interesting to see how that plays out. Again, we do have one more GP news event later on before New York session pops off. Got a new 5-minute about to pop up in this. All right, y'all. I got a couple things to take care of. I got a session. By the way, if y'all haven't, new members, y'all haven't, well, the ones that signed up for one session, there's a couple of y'all that still haven't set up y'all sessions for this week. So if y'all haven't set up y'all sessions, make sure to set them up. Again, just go use the same link I sent y'all before. But yeah, so now I don't got a new video for YouTube today. I got one for y'all tomorrow though. But I do got some new posts on Instagram and TikTok dropping today, so make sure to be on the lookout for those. Again, dropped a new video for y'all yesterday, as well. I dropped some videos over the weekend as well, so make sure to catch up to those. All playlists are up to date. So with GJ, again, we're about to watch to see if it can maintain and hold 194.05 as support. If it can, we can look for the same exact move that it did on during Tokyo session. And if it can hold 194.65 as support, we can look for continued buys going to 195.30. All right, so again, we do have one more GP news event before New York session starts. The day is lined up. It's most likely going to be like at 7 a.m. We'll be too sharp to surprise. So make sure to keep that in mind because we see that the first news event caused a lot of retracements. We also see GN right here is doing a retest. So again, if it can hold 24.40 as resistance, we can see sales going down to 23.95. All right. So we gotta watch to see if we can hold that as resistance. NAS, we're going to be looking for continued buys on NAS100 as well. If we can hold 23.20 support, we're going to be looking for buys going to 24.70. Or the way it's looking is currently trading as low as resistance. It could try to retrace back down to 21.80. If it does that, as long as it can hold that level as support, we're still going to look for buys. Then we got gold, which is what I'm really paying attention to right now. It's creeping its way back up. Again, it's been failing since Friday to hold 30.36 as support. So we're about to watch to see if it can do that for us. If it can't hold 30.36 as support, we're going to be looking for buys going back up to the highs at 30.58. All right, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody that's been in the live since the beginning. Shout out to everybody that's been in the live since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal for Telegram, y'all. If you're interested in how to identify these levels, signal service or mentorship program, make sure to hit those links in the description. Again, the first playbook is dropping on Friday, y'all. We'll be posting some more info on the free Telegram and YouTube later on today. But if you're following on Instagram and TikTok, I should already have been seeing some of the stuff going on in there. Or if you're on the TikTok live yesterday, I might go live today. I gotta see how the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi gets a little bit better. But if not, most likely gonna go live again tomorrow and Friday. All right, y'all. So yeah, we'll be back at the same time tomorrow. London session 3 and EST.